Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another Rumble. We got a great one for you. It's 15 versus 15. It is going to be the subs versus just random. It's going to be random communities. So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot more fair than them going up against certain people. And I make sure I pick some of the best community ones I could pick. And we're kicking things off here with JR. And JR's in the house. So there will be 15. I try to get the people that are the regulars to come in. And we'll see what happens. The other 15 are going to be from like different backgrounds, like different areas of genre. A lot of them. There might be a couple crossovers, but for the most part, I just got a random cast together. And JR is number one, which is not good to be. It's never good to be number one, especially in this. And he is going up against Samos, which is technically a female, but the armor makes her a man now. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I think it's cool. I think it's fair. Because, I mean, if you have that metal suit, it really doesn't matter. I'm sure there'll be someone complaining about it, saying, oh, you can't do that. There's always those bums who basically say, well, you can't have a male versus female, no intergender matches, and all that stuff, but they play GTA. It's like the hypocrisy is unreal. So, just unbelievable. But anyway, number 3 is Styles. Yeah, I mean, they're against the intergender fights, but they'll play Mortal Kombat, they'll play Street Fighter, which has that, and GTA, of course, which, you know, I mean, you don't have to in that game, but you know you do. So, I don't get the big idea on this. And, I mean, they used to do it in the Attitude Era. Of course, they used to do a lot of things then. So, yeah, but I wish we could get that. I mean, we get it with the other brand, their game. Of course, it wasn't near as good. It was just, you know, pieced together by Kenny. Kenny Omega pieced that together, and we got Plum here. So the subs aren't off to a good start, as we got 3 out of 4. So yeah, I'm kind of running out of ideas. That's why you're seeing stuff like this. I don't know if I'm going to jump into another tournament with everything going on. But, and we got DJ at 5, of course, always here. The GM is in the house. And a lot of people don't like his leadership, but he doesn't care. You know what's even worse for him? The fact that he has to team up with you all. I bet you he hates that. And no, I am not Ken today. I am just stating facts that he just doesn't like that. I have nothing against you all. So. And 6 is we got Shrek. So, yeah, they got some super heavyweights. They got some tough guys. And, of course, you all aren't up to a good start right now. If as many as you've had. It's not too bad yet. I mean, it's out of 6, it's 4, which is not the best, but it could be worse. I've seen a lot worse than that. But yeah, this team, I wanted to make it as fair as possible. I wanted to make it difficult. You guys have the overall advantage, but they have the size. So we're going to see how it goes down. And most of them have really good overalls also. We got Arthur Fleck at 7. And JR takes down Arthur. And we got Judd. So another one here. Like I said, not off to a great start. Could be worse, though. So, and I like to have it as competitive, especially on these, because I like to see you guys fight some of these nuts. I mean, fighting the ogre is just so crazy. And it's always great to have him. You know, he's been around for so long. And that first movie that came out was just a masterpiece. So I'll never forget that. That molded my childhood. That's one of the movies, if I had to pick about 20, I'd probably put it in 10 if I could pick only 10. That really molded my childhood was that movie. Watched it over and over again. Certain scenes I watched multiple times. It was just great. Now, the other movies, not so much. Not a big fan of 2, even. So, and I think I stopped after 3. And I've heard good things about Puss in Boots, but I haven't really watched those movies. But I've heard great things about them. And we got my baby here. My baby is here. And he is going to come after you all. And he is going to wreck you all. That is what he's going to do. He's a giant one. He's a stinker, too. So. And it looks like Samus is done. I would love to play some Metroid again. Metroid was so fun. Such a fun game. I remember playing Metroid Prime on the GameCube. And that brings back some great memories. I miss... the older games were the best. These newer games stink. They're a bunch of cash grabs and, DLC transactions. Like, it's just too much for me. You know, there's only like every 5 years, I'd say there's about 3 games that I really enjoy. Nowadays, there's no originality, or it's too weird. They put weird stuff out nowadays. So, you know, if we look at the last decade, well, I don't know if it would be in the last 5 years. I mean, no, it's probably been longer than that. I think the last great game I played was Red Dead 2. That I really enjoyed. Well, RE4 was a remake. I don't count it. But Red Dead 2, man, that was a masterpiece. And then, of course, another one was Shadow of War. That was really good, too. But besides those two, I mean, you had the RE4 remake, which I thought was a masterpiece also. But it's a remake. So it's, even though they made it better, it doesn't count, I don't think. Because, and they made it a lot better because they didn't include that dummy that chases you and you have to go in a certain pattern and open certain doors, you know, whatever his name is. He's got like a letter in his name and a couple numbers. I always forget who that guy is. I can't stand that guy. He caused me so much stress. You guys know it. And Krauser was a lot easier this time around too. But I'm getting too much into that game. But nobody's really, we added Static here. But nobody else has been eliminated yet. And Judd is going after DJ. And there goes DJ. So DJ's done. So, I bet you he likes that, though. He likes being eliminated because he can't help you all out. So he probably, just let it happen. That's probably, he is the most anti-you all ever. And there goes Plum. Plum is done. So not a great start. JR also done, which they started off with a bunch. But I was surprised how long they lasted with some of the people that they were up against. I mean, we had Samus here, we had Shrek, and they're already gone. So... Oh, no, wait. Shrek's not gone? Wow, I'm blind. Apparently, I am blind. My goodness, how do you not see an ogre? How do you not see an ogre? It's just like... Okay, but he's going to be gone. I'm pretty sure he's not going to make it all the way. He's not as good as everyone makes him out to be. Even though he's a big guy, my baby's bigger. My baby is bigger. And he will throw that disgusting ogre out. And number 11, we got Michael. Oh, man. Come on, baby. Come on. Wow. Those stinky feet didn't work. Of course, the ogre, he stinks worse. We all know that. He definitely stinks worse than that diaper does. And 12 is Devin. We got Devin, of course, always, I put a lot of you all in that are always here. I appreciate everything you all do. And you always will get special treatment. I'm sure I missed one person or a couple people, they just don't have a person. But I try to always cater to the people that have the best attendance. Or the people that, say what's up the most. That's who I cater to. Some people in the past, they would want a person, and I would create them. And then you would never hear from them again. The best example would have to be that one guy from NBA. Oh my goodness. There was this one guy, I worked on his player. And he was there one time, and you never saw him again. Now I forget what his name was, but it just drove me up the wall. And throughout the whole year, I would see this guy make baskets, and nobody knew who he was. It's almost like I made him myself or something. And my baby is done, so wow. Shrek is just, oh my goodness. He might win this thing, you never know. George has no chance, but it's always great to see George. He's a legend here. George has always been a legend. He's always been curious too. But he's not a legend here. He's had his really bad days here, and I think he's about to have another one. Maybe not. Maybe not. He's got that high overall to help him out. And we got Taylor at 14. So Ronnie in the house. It's always good to see Ronnie. Look at George going after him. And 15. We have Franklin. So, yeah, I included someone from GTA. We were talking about that earlier. And, yeah, he's probably my favorite of the characters in 5. I think he is the best character. A lot of people love Trevor, but he's too psychotic for me. And Michael's just too wimpy, I think. He's not really wimpy. He did a lot of bad things, but, compared to the other two. Franklin's a hustler. And that's why I like him better. He kind of starts off with nothing, and he really makes something out of himself on the game. However, I do not like Lamar. Lamar is just horrible. And Lamar and Lester just need to go and do the world a favor. Just fall off the map. Because, they're so annoying. Both of them are so annoying. They always call me, too. Drives me nuts. And I try never to pick up, but sometimes I think you have to. I haven't played that game in a while. I would love to go back to that game right before 6 also, but I hate flying the helicopters in that game. If you think I'm a bad driver, wait until you see me get in a helicopter. It's really bad. I would definitely get my pilot's license taken away within 5 seconds. It's bad. I'm so bad with the planes and the helicopters that I've had to skip missions. because I'm just that bad. And you already know I barely could drive. Some bad driving in my day with gaming. Bad shooting also. I'm just not built for this stuff like some of you all are. Some of you all are just excellent at everything you do. It's crazy. Any game you play, I mean, you guys kill it sometimes. Just depends. But we got Peter here. And look at Myers. Myers not afraid of that stinking ogre. Get rid of him, please. Oh my goodness, he is just stinking up the joint. It's like, come on. He needs to go back to his swamp. He's ruining me. He's making me look bad since I said he's already done, and he was, you know, his big green head was there the whole time. So... And so far, this has been pretty interesting, and we've seen both sides lose quite a few men. And George going after Peter here. And oh man, Peter got that had to hurt. Your tailbone. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine how that would feel. And there goes George. So he is done. And we got, I'm telling you, please get the stinker out. And 18's Luke. So Luke made a couple of these. At least he made Peter, for sure. I don't think he made Shrek. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But he did make Peter. And Myers takes care of business. And there goes Iron. Iron is finished. And we got Peter and Myers also. And Franklin jumping in there. And this thing's going all over the place with the, with the glitching. As usual. Well, I mean, what do you expect? And you know they're not going to improve. It's going to only get worse. They're going to do something really stupid next year. I can just tell you already. Or this year. They're going to really do something stupid. It happens every 5 years. And we got Venom. We are Venom. Peter's done. So that's one of Luke's boys. Luke does a great job with these people. And you make sure you get him. You can even get him, too, while you're at it. I think he has 2 separate accounts that he makes all kinds. So... And Luther is 20. And look at this drop. Oh, thank you, Franklin. You got rid of the stinker. And I don't have to deal with him anymore. You know, he really he really got upset that, I thought he was gone because I didn't notice him. And it's like, how do you not notice him? I may need to get my eyes checked. We've been talking about that for a while, but I never go to the eye doctor. And we got John at 21. He has the same name as I call him John. He goes by the same name as Michael does. But I call him John. I call him John Michael DeSanta. That's what I call him. And 22 is Wilku. Wilku in the house. And Super Saiyan Wilku. That's what we'll call him. Man, my PC is making noise. And I don't know what it, I think it's about done. I mean, I've had it since 2020. So we're going on the 5-year anniversary. So, yeah, I definitely need an upgrade. We got Mitchell here. But I definitely need an upgrade with that PC. And Luther gets somebody. Oh, wow, he got Venom. Wow. Yeah, I need an upgrade. I thought about getting one in the fall, and they had the Black Friday sale, but I decided not to. It's just, I didn't want to throw $1,000 down. And I could have financed it or something like that, but I really am, one of my biggest flaws is how I'm too cheap for my own good. So that's one of my biggest flaws. I'm dirt cheap, and I don't like to spend money, which is bad because you end up in bad situations when you don't spend money. And Franklin is finished, and we got Luke going after Mitchell here. So Franklin is out of commission. And 24 is Beyond. One of my favorite versions. And the spine buster by Mitchell. What a beautiful spine buster. And we got Warden in the house, my favorite coal miner. Definitely my favorite coal miner. Yeah, I need to get that Blu-ray out now. It's almost Valentine's Day, so we're getting closer. And he's definitely my favorite for Valentine's Day, for sure. I don't like any of those romance movies. I want to see a pickaxe to your head. That's what I want to see. Romance is not real. None of those movies are real. There's all kinds of people like Harry Wharton. There's no one like, the romantic comedy and, everything's gonna be okay. That's why I like romance movies that end sad. Those are the best ones because they're the most realistic ones. Those are my favorite type of movies. And Wilku takes down Warden. So Warden is finished. And there goes Luke. So Luke's going to be joining. So it's a shame that, we couldn't have Warden as long as we wanted. Because I could use him in there forever. I mean, he could have all kinds of fun. I just really like the character. I mean, it's not the best movie, obviously. But the character is just really, the design is awesome. And I can kind of relate to it. Because I have family that did the same occupation. So I got coal miners in my family. So I'm pro coal all the way. And I'm definitely pro Harry Warden. And 26, we got Marcus. There goes Myers. Wow. And 27, Christopher. I had to throw him in because, he's a big fan of these. And he's definitely one of your biggest guys you got. And I had to throw him in. I think he has a lower overall, though. I never really set that up. I don't think I did. But, yeah, he's always, he watches every single one. So, of these, at least. So I had to throw him in. I know he's not very active on the shows, and his guy's not active either, really. We've only seen him a couple times this year, but he's very active on these. So I had to put him in that 15. And Homelander's 28. My favorite new villain, by far. Homelander is amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite. He's on my villain Mount Rushmore right now, like currently. And I would probably put him in a super villain Mount Rushmore for sure. I think he's already earned his stripes. He's one of the. First of all, the acting is amazing. When you have great acting, it makes the character better, and the writing also helps it as well. But he's just a menace. And he's definitely in my top villains right now. I mean, if we're talking TV villains, Vecna, Homelander, and the Frontman from Squid Games. I got to throw the Frontman in there because he's definitely I cannot figure that guy out, and that actor's amazing. So he's been in a lot of movies I love. So those three, and I mean, look at all three performances. Anthony Starr, Jamie Campbell Bower, and also, I don't know the other guy's name. Probably I would butcher it if I did. But they're all phenomenal actors, all three of them. So, and Jamie Campbell Bower, I've always said that he looks like Jeff. He's 100% the best cast for Jeff. But if that would ever happen, which it probably never will, he would already probably be old by then, if it did happen, because we have a long ways to go on that, and it probably will never happen. But if I had to select someone tomorrow to play Jeff, it would definitely be Jamie Campbell Bower. And you can Google him. He looks just like Jeff. That's what makes him so menacing. And he plays a great villain in Stranger Things. So, if you haven't seen the show, though, don't look it up because it'll spoil some stuff. But I love that show, and it's coming to an end, unfortunately. And Wilku is finished. You got the Mando here, too. And we finally got 30. Oh my goodness, it's Homeland. What? Am I seeing things again? I knew he was still there. Oh my goodness, how am I seeing stuff? I'm just losing it. Well, I've already talked about Homelander, so I'm not going to talk about him anymore because I mistaked him for Mando, apparently. Oh, my goodness. It just goes to show that I knew that he was going to be in the finals. I knew he was going to be in the final 5 because I hadn't seen him yet. But, yeah, I got a little bit confused there. So, my apologies. I wasn't paying attention. And then I went on a TV rant. Well, a TV discussion. And once I go on a TV discussion, I mean, you're never going to, you're never going to get me to pay attention. Especially when I go in a deep dive on TV villains. But yeah, we've already talked about him, so we're not gonna talk about him anymore unless he wins the thing, which he is number 30. He has a good shot. We got Dan here also. Who do all we have left? We got Christopher, Marcus, Dan, and then Beyond, and Mando, and so okay. So it's fair. It's 3-3. I like that. That is what I like to see. I wish we could see that a lot more often, but unfortunately we never get it. It's like, but that's fair. I mean, I like that. Yeah, it's a 3v3. So cutting it down to the wire. And, we could have a betrayal, but Homelander was in the way. So he may have saved Marcus there. And I hope we get a 1v1 at the end. That would be the perfect thing, and it would be perfect. We've had it before with teams where, it went down 3v3, 2v2, 1v1. And that is just amazing when we could do that, but it's hard to do, and I'm fine with 1v1 and 3v3. If we don't get 2v2, that's completely fine with me. I think this has been a pretty fair one. It didn't start off good for the subs, but they kind of came back in it. And there goes wow. So Dan is done, and they have a good opportunity to get rid of Christopher. Oh my goodness. So much for that 2v2. Wow. And just like that, the tables have turned, but Mando's done. So now it's a 2v1, which is not as bad as a 3v1. Oh my goodness. And I was going to say, Marcus, let him do it. Let him do it. And he wouldn't have worked anyway, but... And look at the double team. I'm loving this. Whatever to get Homelander out. I mean, that's a big problem. He's a big problem. Beyond could be a problem too. And Marcus, of course, he could be a problem. You know, he's had bad luck and he's had good luck. So who knows what he's going to have today. I mean, he did come in at 26, but Lander came in at 30. So who knows what's going to happen there. Oh, man, and Homelander got in there and gave Marcus the Superman punch out of nowhere. And he did not see that coming. Oh, wow. Just devastating hit. Oh, man, what a slap. I love that slap because it's just like the biggest slap ever, biggest pimp slap ever. And it knocks you far back, and it looks really good for the people that, you know, have superpowers, and Beyond is done. So we are down to 2. It's a 1v1, and Marcus has worked his way, and he pulled him by the cape. What a classic move by Marcus. Homelander was showing off, and he pays the price. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Marcus, you did it. A 1 in 4 chance. And Marcus is like, I'm going to still take it, because I have good luck now. And he's not going to Mania, but notice he didn't point at the sign, because Marcus knows better. That's right, he knows better. Unlike some of the other degenerates, individuals, he actually knows better. So, congratulations to Marcus, and congratulations to the sub-team that has done it. And they've been on a roll. I mean, with this big victory here tonight, and sending Homelander home, and I thought he could have had it. And I can't believe I mistaken Mando for it. I just wanted to go on that TV villain rant about my 3 favorite TV villains. There's probably a 4th one I just can't think of. I would just have to sit down and think about it. But anyway, Marcus wins, and I'll see you all later. Thanks.